All right, good morning, traders. How we doing? How we feeling? Had a couple technical difficulties this morning. My computer decided to blue screen on me, but I think we recovered. A little late to start the stream, but we in here. All right. Go ahead and start with this quote of the day. All right. Kind of fits my morning. All right, so motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. All right, so that is the quote of the day. Have to build habits to keep going. All right, get on to this economic. All right, pre-market insight. Get everything situated. Had to a little bit of struggles this morning. All right, so this morning we had sort of a busy morning. Starting at 8:15, ADP non-farm employment change. At 8:30 we had the GDP, and we can see some interesting price action overnight. So we'll get to that in a minute. At 10 we have pending home sales, and at 10:30, as usual on Wednesday, we got crude oil inventories. All right, and then tomorrow, initial jobless claims, ISM, manufacturing PMI, and then Friday we're gonna close the week out with ADP, payrolls, and employment stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and move on over to the power range report. All right, so for the NQ future session power range, we got a high of 11,347.5 with a low of 11,311.5. At the time of this posting, it was trading neutral. That is slightly changed. And at that time, this was at 828. We were down 0.55% with a volume of 142K, which is significant for that time period. And the ATR at 321.89. All right, so let's look at the charts. Let's see if my charts pulled up. Okay. Look at how the fib reacted. I look at how the price reacted to the fib extension overnight. Then we had a quick buy up and then just super quick sell off. Completely took out all the pre-market action. Let's go look at it over on the 3-minute. Let me get that 15-minute back real quick. Broke some support. Traded down into some new support over resistance. And that's where we got the bullish bounce for today's pre-market. All right, so that is the power range report. Let me finish up a little bit of housekeeping. Get some music going. I got to start all over what I was doing, my pre-market routine. It's a good thing while I have my journal. My journal keeps me on track with all my pre-market routines. So it was easy for me to recover this morning. I didn't have to scramble around because I got everything listed out step by step of what I need to do. Got all my pre-market tasks done. And just out of curiosity, did anyone watch the the debate last night? I don't pay attention to that stuff. I'm just curious. To me, that's all entertainment. The debates themselves, depending on how you view or pay attention to politics. If you do it smartly, but I'm not going to get into politics this morning. It's one of the things that I don't really care to talk about, because anyway, yeah, I'm not even gonna go down that hole. Anyway, let's focus on the markets. Never mind. Nothing super interesting in the news this morning. In my personal opinion. Right now, my strategy is signaling bullish in terms of what kind of trade I will be looking for this morning. But I can see it's actually going in either direction, especially if I look at the daily chart. Maybe this could be some loading up the clip, in the words of Wall Street Trapper. Shout out to Trapper. Only time will tell. It is the last trading day of the month, and I am currently red for the month. I had a couple rough days the last couple of days. So we'll see what we can get this today. Goal is not necessarily just to focus on my P&L. It's just something that I'm aware of. Let me see. And I'm having all kind of troubles today. My internet just dropped out on me for no reason. It's not the internet, it's this computer. This computer is struggling today. I don't know what's going on with it. Having all kinds of problems today. I don't know what's going on. So I got way too many distractions today, so gotta we'll see what happens. All kinds of problems. All kinds. All right, so let's see here. Let's see if this move is legit or was that just a trap? If the buyers can keep pushing the price higher. So right now we're kind of breaking through a lot of, but most of the pre-market, like short-term support areas. So I'm just being patient and waiting for a good setup. And I don't really have a reason to be, super aggressive today. Like I said earlier, my focus is not, primarily on my P&L. Just got to make sure I'm trading correctly, trading my strategy as planned. Consistent with your actions and awareness, absolutely. Alright, so technically I would have to take this if we get there.
Order filled.
And we got there quickly.
Stop filled.
Work out. In NTA, in InterTrader, I made some adjustments to my ATM strategy, but it went back to the old stuff. That's weird. Because I had to take that trade right there and do it but the stop was too tight. Even though it kind of, I don't think that, well, we'll see what happens, but that one might have saved me, but we'll see what happens. Price is a little choppy right now. actually, that one may have worked out if my stop wasn't too tight. It would have been kind of painful, but it would have worked out. I'm gonna have to go back and back test that later to see how it was supposed to work out. Because one of the things that I picked back up doing is at the end of my trading day, I go back and I think I mentioned this before, but I go back and look at how I should have, taken the trades, what was supposed to happen, basically. And I journal that down. That's in the journal as well, and that should be public access. Everyone should have access to that one. I have a spreadsheet where I track the plays that that I should have taken and how it should have worked out. Of course, all sponsored by Hindsight Capital. So since I, part of my rules, since I took it at that area, I couldn't take it again. Because technically I played it wrong. Now I have to wait for another signal. Screenshot for the journal. This is 9:59, 9:51. it's really unfortunate that I got stopped out too quick on that play. So if we look to the left, looking at the price action before, it's really history repeating itself. I could see if I would have taken that trade, I would probably have to hold through some pain. And by when holding through some pain, I mean it wasn't gonna. I don't mean literally. I mean it wouldn't be profitable immediately. You know, I would get filled, and I felt like I would be in the red for a while. And if I had my stop in the correct place, I would just had to. The play would have been red for a while, and then it would have, I would be benefiting from this move here. This little hindsight capital review, but we can see, the similar price action from what happened in the pre-market. I think it's definitely time for a back testing marathon, something that I typically do. I try to do it. I usually like to do it every weekend, but I've been preoccupied with the business of MP3 Trader as well, trying to get out content for for everyone who needs it, for you guys. But it's definitely a long overdue for a backtesting marathon. Really just to work out some of the kinks with the platforms and with how I got things set up. And also just to get those practice shots in. I always speak about practice shots. I see trading very similar to being a professional athlete. The more you work on your skills, your techniques, your fundamentals, the more you stay in the gym, of course with appropriate rest. But you're at competition in sports. You're at competition with the other players. So if you can get in the extra, part of this Mamba mentality. If you can get in that extra couple of minutes, hours, then your competition, that gives you a slight edge in terms of work ethic. So I kind of see trading as the same thing, where you can overdo it. So you got to have that kind of a balance. But it is definitely important to practice. I saw a quote or something, or a meme or something somewhere, where the idea, I can't remember, I don't want to misquote it, so I'm gonna kind of paraphrase. But the idea of it was, successful traders' money is made when the market is closed. So a lot of the work that goes into this trading happens outside of your normal trading hours, when you're working on your strategy and when you're practicing. So I say all that to say that's one thing I definitely need to. I'm long overdue for a deep practice session. I do look at my charts, and I do get a small practice session in at least every weekend. I try to anyway. I did miss a couple weekends when I was working on big projects, but every single day I do go back and I do my recap, even if it's just visually. And I've started back journaling that out, which is in the journal. And if you want access to the journal, you just go to mv3trader.com and go to the journal tab. And I'm getting all these ideas out right now because I am nowhere close to getting a signal. So perfect time to put out some ideas and some messages, some announcements. Those bulls are running. If I was looking for a possible buy the dip, one area I would look at is 374-ish. A little bit more aggressive is 385. At some point I do think, at some point we definitely have to pull back. So, because that is extremely parabolic with the way that I see the most likely scenario is that we pull back to one of those, a key level to where we have some buyers sitting at, and then we kind of trade sideways to slightly bullish. Yeah, savage is an understatement, especially for this week. These markets are in the words of Kevin Hart, this market is something else. You are something else. If you zoom out, what is this? 30-minute chart. Possible cup and handle formation. This would be the cup. Now we will wait for the handle. R is it? Well, this looks more like a W. I'm going to be looking at 452, which is yesterday's high. Not exactly, I just looked on the chart for that one. Yeah, So yesterday's highs was 448 and 75. It's something I used to mark that on the high and the low of yesterday, the previous day. I used to mark that on the high and the low of yesterday. I used to mark that on the charts, but my chart started to be too busy. And now the way that I have it set up is not completely necessary. So I'm going to be looking at 385. It's going to be watching it 385 and have like a zone between 374 to 370. Let's see if we get some retracement, if it retraces that far. screenshot for the journal. The hindsight capital screenshot. Got a little sideways action. And also the next video I got coming out is about trading trading on TradingView. That one was by request, so I still got a little bit editing to do. That one ended up being a little longer than I thought it was going to be, but a lot of details. I go into details about all the ways that you can trade within TradingView if you're interested. So that one should be coming out here within the next few days. There's some housekeeping that I got, but not some other tasks that I have to do. One thing I am thinking about doing is creating a Patreon for so a part of that Patreon, you will if you're part of the Patreon, you'll be able to get early access to my latest videos. Also, you'll have complete access to everything that I have in the journal. So all of my trackers, just everything that's there in the journal, you can go check the journal out at mv3trader.com. You get complete access to all of that, as well as exclusive access to other products and content that I come out with. So if you're interested in that, leave a message in the chat. Let me know. If you're watching this later on, if you're interested in being part of the Patreon, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. Or if you are interested, also leave a comment below what you would like to what would you like to see as being, if you're a member of the Patreon. What kind of content or what information would you like from me other than what I've already detailed? Let me go ahead and Alright, so I don't think I'm gonna get anything anytime soon. It's been one of those mornings for me. The morning was savage. My PC was savage. I should title this Savages. Actually, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. You are just savage. But on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and close it up for the day. I hope y'all, have a good rest of your trading day. Good luck out there, and I will holler. I appreciate y'all for coming and trading with me, listening to everything I got to talk about, and I'll holler at y'all later. Deuces.